Hi there, this is Stephen with month 4 of our Tale of X Gamers at the Canterbury Crusaders Club. I get to play another guard player, Lawrence this time rather than Dave. His army's not quite as sickening, so we'll see how it goes. It is 2k. There is the option for double force organisation, but I don't think either of us have taken advantage of it. So we'll be back in a minute with the army lists.
Right, here's my 2k guard list. We have a Aegis defence line with comms relay, a command squad with Master of the Fleet and Master Astropath, 5 Rattling snipers, 1 vet squad with a las cannon, 1 vet squad in a chimera with 2 plasma guns, 1 melter gun, another vet squad in a chimera with 2 melter guns, 1 plasma gun, a hellhound, 2 Medusa, some allies of 10 Grey Hunters with a Rune Priest and a Wolf Priest. It's not actually Nigel the Stormcaller, it's just a standard Rune Priest. A Scout Sentinel with an autocannon, 1 Hydra, 1 standard Russ, a standard Valkyrie, and a brand new Vulture gunship with twin link Punisher cannons.
We've got Eldrad, as always. He's running around with 7 Harlequins, including a Shadowseer, a Deathjester, and 6 Kisses in that unit. We've got another Farseer with Doom Guide, Spirit Stones, and Runes of Witnessing. He's with 10 Dire Avengers, as an Exarch, Bladestorm, Defend, all the usual stuff. Got 3 Eldar Jetbikes, 5 Rangers, 5 Fire Dragons, Exarch, Firepike, Crackshot in a Wave Serpent with a dual cannon turret and a cannon under the nose. Right, we've got a Wraith Lord with 2 Flamers and an Eldar missile launcher. We've got 3 Eldar Warwalkers, 2 with dual scatter laser, 1 with dual Eldar missile launchers. We've got a Haemonculus with a Shatterssard with 9 Wyches. There's a Hekatrix, Agonizer, Phantasm grenade launcher mounted in a Raider with a Dark Lance. It's also got Flickerfield, Night Shields and enhanced Aethersails. We've got 5 Kabalite warriors with a blaster in a Venom with Night Shields and dual Splinter cannons. And then we've got a Razorwing jet fighter with Dark Lances, 4 stock missiles and a Splinter cannon. Right, this is what we look like after deployment. We've got Crusade, which is 4 objectives, and we managed to roll the nice normal Dawn of War. I've got first turn unless Lawrence can steal. We've got, as you can see, those 3 objectives pretty much scattered around the centre of the table. There's another one in that far bit of scenery over there, guarded by some Dire Avengers. We managed to roll Skyfire Nexus, so with strength 4 weapons against Valkyrie hulls, entirely pointless. I've got those 2 in reserve, and Lawrence has got an outflanking unit of Grey Hunters over there, and an outflanking Scout Sentinel, and his Valkyrie and his Vulture. So we'll see if Lawrence can steal the initiative, and then we'll go on to turn 1.
Okay, guard turn 1. I was able to seize the initiative from Stephen, who was oh so happy about it. Bit of shooting from the Hellhound and the Vet Squad. I destroyed 1 Warwalker and took a hull point off and shook the one of the others. Killed 2 Harlequins, including the Deathjester. And over here is where the main damage has been done. I've claimed first blood by blowing his Raider to pieces, and all these little Banshees are running around outside, not very happy.
Right, Eldar turn 1. After I was cheated at first turn by those dastardly Imperial Guard, we managed to Eldritch Storm that Chimera and that Hellhound. We spanned them around that way and did very little else to them. Then we Bladestormed the back of the Hellhound, and we managed to actually glance it out with a horrific number of glances. The 2 Warwalkers managed to take 2 hull points off the Chimera and then failed to reach it with a charge. The Wraith Lord fired his missile launcher, hit one of those Medusa at the back, failed to pen. Wyches just moved up and ran through cover. The Fire Dragons popped out, 4 out of 5 of them missed, but the last one managed to explode the Chimera that was there. All the shuriken cannon shots at that Medusa did a single glance, taking a single hull point off. The Rangers, along with the 5 warriors and the Venom, fired everything at the remaining guys from that squad there, and unfortunately failed to kill them, and then they passed their morale check. So that's the end of turn 1 for me, and there'll be turn 2 for the Guard, with a 2+ reserves roll with a re-roll, thanks to all the appropriate war gear that Lawrence has got. So on to Guard turn 2.
Okay, Imperial Guard turn 2. All the reserves turned up thanks to my 2+ re-roll reserve roll. The Grey Hunters with the Wolf Priest and Rune Priest came on, fired Living Lightning into his unit of Dire Avengers and a load of bolt guns to turn them into paste. The Imperial Guardsmen here managed to get out of their tank and destroy one more Warwalker and take a hull point off another one. The Vulture, as you can see, turned all of the Harlequins into red mist. The Ratlins were able to snipe 1 wound off the Wraith Lord, and a combined shooting of the Medusas and Lehman Russ have been able to kill all the Fire Dragons and destroy their Wave Serpent. And the rest of the shooting down here unfortunately missed, but I still think that's a pretty good turn 2.
Right, it's the end of Eldar turn 2. Well, didn't do a huge amount. That Sentinel was shot by a blaster and glanced to death by a Haywire grenade. My Razorwing flew in and dropped everything on that squad of vets and that Medusa, and didn't really do a whole amount. And then the vets managed to pass their leadership check. Wraith Lord did nothing. Eldrad spanned that around due to Eldritch Storm. Missile launchers on that guy managed to shoot up a load of vets, and their remainders are doing a runner. Depressingly, that's it as we move into turn 3 for Imperial Guard.
Imperial Guard turn 3. The multi-laser was able to take the last hull point off the Warwalker, taking out the last of the squadron. The Space Wolves have moved on to the objective over there. The Dark Elder Flyer was shot down by the Hydra. Small squad of men are starting to run towards the last objective. The guys with the melter gun and the plasma gun shot down the Venom, and a combination of Basilisk, Medusa Fire, and Lehman Russ thinned out the rest of the Kabalite warriors, and then a rather nice 20 wounds from the Vulture wiped out an entire Witch squad. And it's now over to Dark Elder turn 3. Right, end of Eldar turn 3, very quick, not a lot to do. Killed 2 guardsmen, that 1 lone vet is doing a runner. He is however armed with a plasma gun, so he's still pretty dangerous. Fired off loads of shots and loads of failed psychic powers at some vets that were there. Luckily managed to kill 2 of them, so they fled and they're hopefully going off the board. Those 2 vets are still running over there, so the only troops choice Lawrence has left are the Space Wolves holding the objective in my deployment zone, also claiming line breaker for themselves. So we'll see what happens at the end of turn 4. Very likely I'm going to get tabled this turn, I think. Very quick one for the Imperial Guard, there's not much left to shoot at. Rune Priest tried to cast Living Lightning against the rear of the Wraith Lord, but unfortunately failed, causing perils of the warp. Vulture again proved its worth, shooting up the 3 Jetbikes that come on, and the rest of the shooting did pretty much nothing apart from kill 1 Ranger in the building. Dark Eldar turn 4. Right, not a lot happened, and the Wraith Lord flamed those pesky little ratlings that were there. Eldrad once again failed to get off any powers because this man here's got an axe covered in frost. Actually I lie, he managed to cast Guide on the Wraith Lord that then used its flamers, so it was entirely pointless. Aside from that, everything just moved around in the off chance it might be able to do a mad dash and reach an objective next turn. I think this is pretty much coming down to it though. The only way I'm going to win is if I manage to get 2 objectives, and I've only got 2 troops choices and they've combined total of 5 men. So I don't think it's going to happen at this point, but it's Guard turn 5. Guard turn 5. The Hydra managed to snap fire and kill the Wraith Lord. The Lehman Russ, along with the 2 Medusas, fired and killed the remaining 2 Kabalite warriors over there. The Vulture let fly at Eldrad, taking off 2 wounds, and was then finished off by the multi-laser on the Valkyrie. And that is Eldar turn 5 now.
Right, my turn 5 was very, very quick. My 3 rangers moved and snap fired at those 4 guardsmen in a vague attempt to kill one of them and make them run away from the objective. But after that, I pretty much conceded on the basis I have 3 rangers left. Lawrence has managed to get First Blood, Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker, and the objective in my own deployment zone. So that was super fun. So that's 6 points to Lawrence versus my that might be 0 actually. Yeah, I've got no Line Breaker, no Slay the Warlord because he's hiding at the back behind those vehicles, yeah, that was fun. So Garden Wolves beat the living smeg out the Eldar.
Well, I wasn't in any doubt that was going to be a victory for the Guard. Seizing the initiative on the first turn really was a massive help for the Guard with the big guns just to start breaking open those light Eldar vehicles, and the addition of the Vulture gunship with the twin-link Punisher cannons is just unbelievably good. I mean, best Guard flyer in the game by far, probably the best flyer in the game, I would say, Nick, if you're not counting a Thunderhawk gunship. But it'll be interesting to play Stephen when he's got all his Wraith Guard on the table. I look forward to gunning them up with the same vehicle again.
Hey! Right, well that went very, 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 very badly. Never lost so convincingly due to Lawrence stealing the initiative. Should have been prepped for it, wasn't. Left everything in the open, so it all died horribly turn 1 and 2. Pretty much left Lawrence to mop up. Vulture gunship, very, very good. Just hosing infantry units down all over the place. Outflanking little rune priests, also very good, especially when they're telling all the Eldar no to their powers. And then he only failed 1 of his psychic tests out of the 3 he took with Eldrad. So yeah, that was a pretty convincing loss. Next month, I hope to actually win a game. Would be nice. But I'll have to find someone who isn't playing Guard, I think, seeing as that's 2 losses out of 2. So yeah, Vulture gunships.